Have you heard the term mockbuster, or even a ripoff?
Or hell, even though we have it at home meme or buying an airplane off $10 Wish meme, like a downgraded version of something popular? Good, then you know the entirety of the Asylums catalog. Really, you don't need to go further, those movies suck and are boring. We also have a fuck ton of shark movies for some reason, that's weird. But the movie we're talking about doesn't have sharks, but I don't know what type of movie it's really ripping off either. One of the posters have lava dripping down like Fallen Kingdom, yet the plot seems somewhat similar to Jurassic World with a lab and new dinos breaking out. But on the film's back cover it says it's a mix of Jurassic Park, not World, and Kong Skull Island. Did I read that right? Okay. Well, a little late to be a ripoff of either, considering how little effort these movies take. Either way, let's get on with it and figure out what this film is actually ripping off. The film begins inside an Amazon building after an employee asks Jeff Bezos for a vacation. Two people are looking around and one of them gets dragged away, and the other dude couldn't give less of a shit. You know, I'd expect more of a reaction than,
"Oh no! Anyway, last week..."
But hey, this is Asylum. They gave up before they even funded the studio. We get a good full look at the dino about 3 minutes in, so much for suspense. Also, what the fuck is that thing? Apparently it's a Gojirasaurus, and it's very accurate, and I put that in quotes. They also end up reusing this exact thing in Sharknado 6, which came out the same year, and also takes a scene from the Meg book, and it's made by the same fucking company.
Triassic's entire facility comprises about 7 acres. We like to keep a low profile.
The name of your company is Triassic, as in an era where dinosaurs existed. How are you supposed to keep a low profile exactly? Either way, the film becomes a shitty retelling Jurassic Park as there's only essential personnel and people looking into the park.
"I'm gonna find you, you son of a bitch."
Thank you for that, that was very heartfelt.
Oh my god.
Either way, what she was quote-unquote marveling at was these dinosaurs in cages so small you'd think only Peter Dinklage would fit comfortably inside. We also meet Charles, and to actually introduce the characters I've neglected to care about, their names are Marissa, Bridget, and I think this guy named Steven. I don't know, the actors don't exactly look the same now on IMDb.
But now...
We make miracles happen here every day.
Oh wow, can you miraculously make this movie better? No? That's what I thought. There's also apparently only 2 scientists here, the previously mentioned Charles and Eva. They're a couple. Can you guess what's going to happen to the girl? If so, good, you've seen a movie before. Marissa talked to the two about how amazing their security is, and now they have tracking implants in the dinos to track them, and I believe they can just blow them up remotely or something like that, but that never comes back. And also, if they get out of range, a full lockdown's commenced. Only have a safe room for humans that can fit them all. We also meet Diana, this movie's Doctor Who, except she really cares for every animal and doesn't have a half-assed arc in the finale to try and make them good. And it is here that we learn that dinos have proteins and other things put in them so that their organs can be put in humans, like harvested. Diana talks about how diseases were rare amongst dinosaurs, but upon looking that up, I get vastly different answers. Some say it was rare, others say there are many, and there might have been the reasons why the non-avian dinosaurs perished. If someone can clear this up in the comments, that'd be nice. They also talk about the organ transplant for the dinosaurs, but for some reason Diana gets mad. I thought this was the whole reason this was happening. Why are you mad?
Mom?
I don't believe that I need to justify anything about my actions to you.
That was the most non-argumentative thing I've ever heard. Elsewhere, chaos is still going on, removing the fun part of these types of films where we see the dinos initially break out, not later break out, other dinosaurs later break out, and this dude tries fighting a dinosaur in an elevator with an electric prod, I think. You can't buy tranquilizers, right? Like, get one of those trank guns and tranks in case of emergencies like this. Also, why the fuck is Marissa not getting any info about this? She seems like a high-level person here. In fact, probably the person founding this stuff. How is all this chaos happening, yet a fucking tour is happening right above and they do not know? Really shitty bit of security there, ain't it? Marissa calls an elevator, so the one with the guard and the dino finally reaches where they are. Except it's 16 minutes in. Talk about quick. Not much build-up. The guard tries talking, but the audio mixing is so bad the music makes it hard to hear. Before he's brutally murdered, so hey, there's some nice score, I guess. And apparently now the loudspeaker is gone about a breach despite one happening right as the film started. Seriously, what the fuck? Every established character gets to the safe room, including Thomas, who I forgot to mention, along with 2 security people. Thomas was also at the beginning, introducing Bridget and Steven.
This muckety mucker.
Also, I guess they didn't realize the fact that 95% of their team was slaughtered in the opening, so that's weird. Steven threatens to sue everyone in the room, which might not make the people trying to heal you of your injuries want to continue helping you, idiot. Thomas, the 2 security guys, and Marissa leave to go to the armory and find the dinos. Oh, and apparently only the safe room has trank guns, not anywhere else. I mean, Alright then, might be better to supply it in other places, but whatever. The Gogiosaurus kills one of the security guards, but that's okay. Diana shows up and tells the dino to fuck off, and it just leaves, believing there to be a better script somewhere else. An officer arrives, and this happens.
What kind of animal?
A Gogiosaurus, a dinosaur.
A dinosaur? In a lab called Triassic, named after an era of dinosaurs lived? Preposterous! Either way, the officer can't get in because of the lockdown, so they're still boned either way.
18 in dispatch.
Go ahead.
I'm out here at Jurassic Labs, and I really think they're...
Wait, Jurassic? I thought it was Triassic.
I'm out here at Jurassic Labs, and...
Did he mispronounce it, or is the music making it, like, too hard to hear? If he said Jurassic, why is it called Triassic? Oh, copyright. Well, looking at the official script, apparently it says Triassic, so I guess it was a mispronunciation or something? Also, they don't stop or kill the dinos within the first 2 hours gas is released. That'll kill everything. Just like in Fallen Kingdom. And just like that, it's also stupid here. It's just going to destroy all the hard work. Seems like a huge setback that could be dealt with. Like only 2 hours to deal with it? Seems a bit impatient for the years of studying and work on the line.
This animal hasn't even started to put up a fight. We need to be extremely careful.
It decimated everyone in this facility bar the 8 of you. So I think it already put up a good fight. Like seriously, am I missing something? Where did this entire team in the facility go? Did they all die in the opening but nobody cared enough to notice?
I figure we get her with enough darts, slow her down. Stay far enough ahead of her. We may be able to lure her all the way back to the test room.
This is some nice ASMR. Thank you, movie. Steven realizes he hasn't done jack shit for 20 or so minutes, so he decides to be crazy and says, well, nobody will hurt him because he has a knife, neglecting the fact that tranq guns have been shown several times. Mood point dude, but I guess he was sleeping or whatever. They all get out, leaving Steven as he ponders why he chose to be in this film and not something else. Skipping some stuff about them walking around, etc., the other guard who also goes crazy tries to kill Thomas, but the dinosaur shows up and kills him because I guess their bites infect people and mess with their cognitive thinking, which is something random and not from any of these movies, so I'm not even sure why it's counted as a ripoff of these movies. It's weird. Marissa keeps begging for Bridget to bring her back to the safe room as if the script hasn't already used that set to death. Stop it, it's a boring set, use another room. Eva gets attacked by the dinosaur in a direct copy of the death in Fallen Kingdom, so I guess it's copying that film's deaths and a scene just used for the poster? Alright. Charles gets mad and uses the power tool to try and kill the dino, but he gets stepped on to death. Oh, and the other dinosaurs have escaped, in case you didn't notice. Not other types of dinosaurs, just others of the same species. God forbid we get some, interesting, neat dinosaurs. Diana figures out that Marissa is Shock, the bad guy, who knew they were all infected, but they reluctantly work together to go to a room. Which one is the answer I don't have. I think it's the room where the dinos normally are, and, where I was like, oh, wow, you're not really acting. Because she was, marveling at it, but it's so fucking fake, it's hilarious. So I think that's the room. I don't know. Steven also finds Bridget and they fight, but Bridget wins by stabbing it to death with some more blood. So, nice going, movie. You actually have some pretty decent practical effects. That's one of the only good things about this movie. What the fuck did I just watch? Why did she, moan? What the hell? Either way, Marissa gets locked in with the dinos and dies a goofy way. Great. Now can this goofy-ass movie end? Well, it ends actually pretty soon, so there's that. I know I've been going by this movie pretty quickly. It's just a bunch of shit, like people walking back and forth. The final three run into some dinos near the end of their journey, which kills Bridget and Thomas, unfortunately. While I didn't mention him often, I liked or more so tolerated his character the most, and his acting was pretty good. He was just a likable character. He wasn't anything great, but he wasn't bad. The dinos get killed by the gas and the day saved, but uh-oh, there's a setup for a sequel, which we never got. Thankfully, as this movie is pretty bad. And now it's Triassic World. Feels like I started talking about 5 minutes ago, but yeah, it wasn't the worst, but wow, did the cons outweigh the pros. I ended up skipping some parts because I just really didn't care that much. If I were to talk in depth, I could be here for about 20 or so minutes, but I'm not really talking in depth about this fucking movie. It's just a boring ass movie. It wasn't the worst, but still was not even close to being good. This doesn't even feel like a ripoff or inspired by a film. It's just this sometimes entertaining, sometimes boring mess of a film, barely inspired by other great or not so great films, set in a boring facility they didn't even show the best of. I feel like there are cool places you could show instead of staircases, bland rooms, and occasionally a neat room with dinos in it. The beginning confuses me with the security being taken out, which is never explained in the beginning at least. It sets up a very bizarre feeling, makes the film feel unfinished or small in a way that I can't describe. Like, they wasted all their money on the opening, killing all those random people. Would have preferred a steady body count during the film instead of long, lame interludes with characters arguing and just going literally back and forth. This is not a film I would recommend. Okay, so something I'd like to point out and respond to is this neckbeard who made a rant on me a couple months ago. Only just now found it out, so let me play you a clip.
To review, and secondly, you didn't have to be a freaking asshole. Dipshit.
Okay, first,
That's a good movie. Fuck you, fatty. Steve.
but that was a joke. But secondly, people seem to really get defensive when I talk about these shitty dinosaur and Godzilla films, and while this is a ripoff, I decided I would talk about it now. If you're that pressed over me being apparently an asshole in a video you chose to watch about a show, which I now just find alright, you have bigger problems. Not sure if they're bigger than your neck, fatty, but still. This goes for anyone so pressed about it. Like, shut the fuck up if you're not gonna make a point besides being a bitch and cry, because that's just gonna end up like, that's just going up to a leftist, even though you're a right-wing person or whatever, and like asking about their opinion about something controversial and getting mad. You willingly went to them and asked them to do something you know you wouldn't like, and you might be like, well, clearly you're pressed if you're answering, so you were a hypocrite. Except these people are insulting me and acting like kids, so I figured I'll just respond to it now, so that if anyone tries saying this shit, I can send this link with the timestamp or someone else can. It's not my fault you like trash movies with incoherent stories that a retarded child on laxatives could do better with the same material. I guess people just get too pressed and feel like said movie will be ruined if they don't defend it like a knight in shining armor, when it really won't. It's fine to like a movie, I guess, but to go out of your way to ignore the flaws and misconstrue it as good is weird. Like, you can like a movie that's bad, okay? Just when you're trying to say it's a masterpiece and misconstrue shit, I'm gonna have a problem with that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're stupid. I'm just gonna like point that out. But when you get so pressed about it and be like, oh, you just hate everything, when I've done a bunch of positive videos, it's just stupid. Like, sorry I'm not positive about everything. I like other stuff. It's fucking stupid. Like, row, you fucking snowflake. Either way, that's just something I wanted to respond to. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very short. It's just I want to see if I could... I just wanted to do a shorter video like this, just something to do. I hope you enjoyed. If you felt like this was a bit too quick, I know I'm going to make slightly longer videos now, you know, just something to take in. But I just did this for fun, and I hope you enjoy.